Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped. So you join me crouched next to an absolutely stunning Audi RS7 Performance. Now, I've been doing car reviews now for just coming up to 2 years, and I started off with my own cars, and then I started to talk to local dealers and got great relationships with some local dealers. But I'm only just as a channel getting big enough now to start talking to brands. So I approached Audi earlier on in the summer and said, look, I'd really love to do some work with you. I've reviewed quite a lot of your cars through dealers. Am I able to get a car directly as a press car? And they said, well, you know, let's send us some of your stuff. We'll have a look. We might start you out on something small. And then I got an email a few weeks ago saying, would you like an Audi RS7 Performance for a week? So I'm obviously going to say yes. So I took delivery of this car this morning. But I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I've got the car for a week and I'm clearly going to live with the car. And for me, that's very exciting because very often when I review a car, I might get it for a couple of hours or maybe a day if I'm lucky. I'm going to have this car for a whole week. And I've got a couple of long journeys and sort of just day-to-day living. So I'll get a really good feel of what it's like to live with this car. But I want to do something a bit different with my review, and I plan to video my review later on in the week, next Thursday. So I've got an idea and I thought I might ask you guys for a bit of help. So let's have a bit of a look around this car. It's absolutely beautiful. Then we'll jump inside and I'll tell you all about my idea, because I think it's going to be a good one and a way of you to be able to sort of get involved with the whole review process. So let's take a look around the car and then jump inside. Here we are inside this beautiful RS7. Now, the interior of this car is beautifully spec'd. Now, I'm not going to talk so much on this video about kind of the spec of the car. That's kind of going to come in the review video. But I wanted to talk just a little bit to give you an idea about the car. So this is the RS7. It's basically got a 4-litre turbocharged V8 engine. It produces 605 PS. So that's just shy of 600 horsepower. 0 to 60 time. In fact, I've got the spec sheet in front of me. Let's give you some specs on this bad boy. Torque figures. Oh dear me, 700 Newton meters of torque. That's pretty huge. Performance figure wise, 0 to 60 times 3.7 seconds. Top speed, if you take the limiter off, is 189 miles an hour. So it's a pretty rapid car, this. So the reason for the video, what I want to do, which I thought would be a bit different, is what would you guys like to know about this car? I get cars all the time to review, and one of the things I'd like to think is I can help you understand maybe what it's like to drive, what it feels like to drive. I'm not so big on the kind of technology, but sometimes I talk about that. But what are the things that if you were given this car and you were going to do a review, what would you like to know? Now, we have to be realistic here. So, you know, you can't ask me to do something like, Cole, what's the top speed you can get on the motorway? Because clearly I'm going to be limited by speed limits on the roads. But there must be things you'd like to know. Maybe it's about the internal tech. Maybe it's about fuel economy. Maybe it's about what it's like to park. So any ideas, put them in the comments below, and then what I'll do is I'll take those, and when I storyboard and work out the review on Thursday, I will use those ideas in my review, and hopefully that way you can kind of, it's a bit like an interactive review. It's just something a little bit different. I'm clearly going to give you my impressions of what I feel like the car is like to live with and drive. I've had this car for about 2 hours. I've driven it up to Goodwood and back to get some photographs done. And the first impression is, as an Audi S4 owner, there's a huge amount of family DNA in here, a lot of familiarity. I've driven most of the performance sort of Audis in the last 6 months or so. I've driven an R8 V10 Plus, I've driven the SQ5, the SQ7, the RS6, so there's a lot of familiarity there. But it is a really lovely feeling car. It's very, very quiet in here. It's got, you know, double glazed windows and lots of sound deadening. It's a proper motorway munching super saloon. But my goodness, is it quick. So, any comments, any ideas that you'd like me to do? And I'm also not... I'm not really going to do things like McDonald's roulette and all those childish things that a lot of YouTubers do. I want this to kind of be, if you had the car, what are the kind of things that you'd like to know about the car? So put them in the comments below, and I will try, where possible, to build them into my review that I shoot next Thursday. So, you know, I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a short film this week. I was trying to work out how best to make my use of of my time with this car, maximise my use of the time with this car. As I said, I've got to drive it to Birmingham on Monday, so I've got a nice long run. I've got some short runs, so I get a really good feeling for what it's like to live with, and hopefully put that into my video. But what are the things you'd like to know? Anyway. Oh, just other top spec things you might need to, or might want to know the spec list, just in case anyway. So this is, as I said, RS7 Sportback. It's the performance version. The main options it's got on it, it's got the most stunning 21-inch alloys. Now, if you are any good at curbing alloys, you need to be really careful in this car. I've got a major panic on for the next week that I don't curb them, because they're such low profile tyres, but beautiful set of alloys on there. I've got the red calipers there, an option. Smartphone interface. It's got a parking pack, so parking cameras all over the place. The biggest thing in here in terms of cost for an optional extra, and it's a £6,300 option. This car has the Bang & Olufsen sound system, and that's really cool because that means tweeters pop up out the dashboard when you start the car. So they're the main kind of options on this car. The external colour, by the way, is a colour called Sepang Blue, which is my favourite Audi colour. I very, very nearly bought a TT RS a few years ago in Sepang Blue, and I was gutted I didn't, but never mind. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this short video. I hope you want to get involved and give me some ideas about what you want to see in the review. Keep your eyes peeled over the next week or two, because I am going to be using this car in some other films I'm doing, because I've got some really cool stuff coming up next week, and this is going to be my daily driver, so I need to drive to and from events, and I'll be in this car. So keep them peeled, but hopefully you'll feel like you want to get involved and give me some ideas. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have done so, give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol for plenty more content to come, because as I film this, so this is Friday, what's the time? It's lunchtime on Friday, this video goes live at 6 o'clock this evening. I am less than 100 subscribers away from 10,000 subscribers. So hopefully over this weekend I will hit the magic 10,000 subscribers, and if you follow my channel you will know what happens after that, because my wife, Mrs. Petrol, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I was really excited, she said, that's not impressive. When you hit 10,000 subscribers, I bet you a bottle of Remy Martin Louis XIII cognac, and I'll give you one of those when you get to 10,000 subscribers. Well, she's really regretting that bet, because this weekend, hopefully, if my channel keeps growing like it has been doing in the last couple of weeks, I should hit 10,000 subscribers this weekend. So if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button for plenty more content to come. But I will see you on the next video, guys. You take care. Drive safe.